What? Hold on, no. Hulu will be fully integrated into Disney Plus in 2026, so the standalone Hulu app will be shut down. What is happening?
Get cable is what's happening. Get a VPN. I said it this morning. Fightful has a VPN. Overbooked does not. Does this feel a little petty for me not to support the VPN that currently supports Fightful? Yeah, maybe it
Okay,
does.
we
But
should get
also
one.
conflict of interest. I don't think we can get a VPN deal on our channel because of the fact that Maine has a VPN deal.
Mm.
So I was thinking about this morning, especially given the news. But yes, if you are a VPN service, now is the time. Wrestling creators also start talking to VPNs, start pitching why VPN should absolutely be sponsoring your service. People are going to be looking for options for 2026 and beyond to watch. If they're WWE fans, a place to watch WWE PLEs. ESPN this morning with WWE announced that in 2026, ESPN's direct consumer platforms will be the US home of every WWE PLE, including WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, Survivor Series. Why do I talk about those five? It's because it seems that those five alone will be broadcast as well on ESPN linear platforms. So, alongside your streaming options, there is the probability that you'll be able to watch them on ESPN in 2026 as well. The ESPN app currently is what, $30 per month. You can do a.
I don't
You
think it's currently $30 per month.
think it's going up?
I think it will because of the combination and everything. I don't know how much it is per month right now. I know that I've bundled Disney, Hulu, and ESPN, and like that's $30 per month. Honestly, a pretty decent deal to get all three of those for $30 a month. I think it's gonna shift when Hulu apparently becomes extinct and becomes Disney Plus, and then I don't know if you can bundle. I have no idea how that's going to work because I swear content and where it's hosted changes every single month. For example, 2 days ago, I was watching South Park on HBO Max. That's where all the seasons were at. I logged on to HBO Max last night. South Park is gone. Like, this is where South Park has always been. What the hell happened? Now all of South Park content is on Paramount Plus, which makes some sense because that's where the new seasons are. That's where the stuff during COVID was and everything. So it makes sense that now all of the content lives on Paramount Plus and not HBO Max. But this is my point when it comes to just things just shift and you don't know because you just log onto the app one day and all of a sudden you're paying more or you can't find something that was there the day before.
God bless being a Canadian, where WWE programming is on Netflix in its full, complete, intact service. WWE
It's gonna
PLE,
be
NXT, SmackDown, Raw, Unreal if you want to watch the special, whatever, all that stuff. One place, and everyone, many people believed that they were going to end up on Netflix for all of their content. The ESPN deal, by the way, it makes a lot of sense. Netflix is Netflix, sure. ESPN is connected through Disney. There's a huge ecosystem through which WWE can work its tentacles. Like it makes, from a business standpoint, it makes a stupid amount of sense, and it's going to be very beneficial for their bottom line, for their pockets. Like I
of
understand
course.
fully. I understand fully why they did it. I think that a lot of people who are fans got priced out of the market when it comes to live events, and now they're about to get a little bit priced out of the market to watch the damn shows. Unless you get a VPN and then you subscribe to Netflix for I don't know $5 a month, and then you're good. You're golden. Go ahead, do that. But yeah, here we are. ESPN, WWE, they're excited about it.
It's it's fine, I guess. I
Hold on, before you,
okay.
someone in the chat asked, will pay-per-views cost extra like UFC? No, it has been told that no, it will not cost you extra. And also, if you are a cable customer and you have ESPN, if your cable company, if it's part of the package, you can bundle in and you'll already have the service. So if you're through ESPN and let's say you're a Comcast subscriber, you can get through the, like you're already in, is what I'm trying to say.
All right, I know you have like ESPN to stream it. Like, do you have like the ESPN Plus portion of
I
that?
don't think they're going to Plus though.
Okay,
I
I
think the
don't
whole
know. Again,
idea.
I feel like this changes every single
I think they would
every
have
single
told
day.
you. That's true. I think they would have told you that they're coming to ESPN, not ESPN Plus. Like it feels like, yeah, Mania would be on ESPN proper, not ESPN Plus, because the idea is that they're going to they're going to put WrestleMania on ESPN. Will serve as their exclusive US domestic home.
All right, yeah, it says all 10 of WWE's premium live events. 10? They got like 50 of these things. Will stream on ESPN's again, it's a new
The
platform.
new platform, just
So I don't
ESPN.
know if maybe they're doing away with ESPN Plus to do this new. It's gonna change. All of it's going to change. What you hear now is not going to is not going to matter 2 months from now when all of this changes. Honestly, it's just not.
So
But
the way it's written, ESPN will launch its streaming service on August 21st with a $29.99 per month price point, and will keep linear network's name ESPN. The
yeah,
D2C direct-to-consumer service will allow users to get all 7 of ESPN's domestic linear networks, in addition to ESPN on ABC and several other streaming options. WWE events previously streamed on Peacock in 2025 will then move over 2026 to the new ESPN platform. No word on whether or not the Ocho will make its debut on this new ESPN platform.
but to go back to where we started on this, so I don't know if you have ESPN through Comcast, if like you are now part of this service as well. I have no idea how that's going to work because my mom has like cable and everything, and I use her cable like login to watch streaming channels like USA Network. I use that so I can get like the USA app and still watch live USA through the app, even though we don't have cable. And it kind of works the same thing with ESPN. Is like I use her login for that, and then but I have ESPN Plus through the deal I just talked about. I don't know with this new platform if that's going to be the same thing. If maybe you can still like watch stuff live, but you can't watch archived content. I've it's all gonna change. It's none of it matters right now. None of it matters.
Alex Sherman had tweeted out, and he's with CNBC Media and Sports. He's a reporter for CNBC. Says, to answer a question I've received several times, there will be no upcharge on WWE PLEs from ESPN.
Yes, Nick.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there again. It's all with your subscription, and cable subs will automatically get the ESPN D2C product through authentication, similar to what we have in Canada, where if you are a Rogers customer and you have Sportsnet, you can use Sportsnet Plus and receive much of what Sportsnet gets. So that's how I'm watching TNA right now, because in Canada, we can't watch it on TNA Plus live. We can't watch it on YouTube live. We can only watch it through Sportsnet. And if you don't have a cable package, then you have to authenticate or purchase Sportsnet Plus at a separate price point. So this feels similar to what Canadians are dealing with if you're doing, if you're watching TNA, if you're in my boat. I'm lucky that my mom still pays for cable, so I don't have to pay to watch TNA, which is one of the reasons why I stick around with it, because I don't want to pay.
All right, well, I hope that holds true, because again, I feel like that might change in the future. Yeah, Nick Khan has said that, not to doubt Alex Sherman, but Nick Khan has said that there will be no upcharge on that stuff, and I think not to say they don't love money. We know they love money. But I think they know, yeah, we haven't charged for PLEs since the network, like an upcharge. So we can't exactly expect our consumers to pay $30 a month, which is more than Peacock, more than the network, and then upcharge on top of that. ESPN and UFC did that with UFC pay-per-views, and I don't know what UFC business ended up being. I know a lot of people were upset about the way that was handled, because it seemed like the UFC pay-per-view prices would fluctuate based on who was fighting. It seemed like there was just a lot of issues with the streaming, the quality, things like that. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I bought any UFC pay-per-view on ESPN. I used other means to watch UFC when I wanted to watch UFC. I did, if there was a ESPN Plus event, maybe. I'm trying to think, like all those cards sucked and I just didn't want to watch it. So no, I probably didn't even watch those. No, I watch like 5 UFC fights a year at this point, but and they're mostly pay-per-views and I don't pay for them. So I'm like 5 actual fights, not like 5 events. Like I just watched the main event. But yeah, I don't think they knew they couldn't upcharge after already doing that because you're already paying more for this. But ESPN now has the NFL deal. They announced that, or spoiler, they're going to announce that. So they're getting big NFL rights. They'll get people paying $30 a month for this. They got they still have NBA rights because NBA are off TNT, but they're not off ESPN. So they still got NBA rights. ESPN Plus, gold mine for hockey. Absolute. If you're a hockey fan, every single game is on ESPN Plus.
You know what I was thinking about this morning while I was reading about this, getting ready for the day? I was like, man, everyone's like, I miss WWE Network. I miss this. I miss NHL Game Center Ice. Did you ever have?
Yeah, I love that as
Oh God, Game Center Ice was amazing for multitudes of reasons. Like, I didn't care about the home game. You couldn't watch your hometown team. I don't care because you know what? I live in Toronto. I'm not a
I was
Leafs
an Avs
fan.
fan. I didn't care.
Never had a problem because the Sens didn't get blocked. You know, I didn't have regional blackouts for a Sens game. I could watch the Ducks. I could watch 4 games at once on a multiplayer if my internet held up. That was the best. And then Rogers was like, "No, we're buying," and I was like, "Well, that's it for me." It was the best. At WWE Network again, same thing. A lot of these companies started their own streaming platforms when that was the thing to do. And then one platform would get bigger, so they'd license the content to them, and that's where we're going. That's kind of, again, that's what WWE did. That's what the NHL has done. NBA is moving the same way. The NFL as well. Like NFL Sunday Ticket was the big thing, and now you get the games on the platform that has the rights. The things all changed, and God, I'm so sad about Game Center Ice. I miss it so much.
I loved that as a kid, the Game Center Ice because yeah, as a fan, living in North Carolina, I didn't care about local blackouts, and I had the Fox Sports network anyway. So if I wanted to watch the Canes games, I would just turn on Fox Sports and watch the Canes games. But yeah, I would stay up super late and just watch the West Coast games all the time. I was played mostly West Coast anyway, so yeah, it was so great. But ESPN Plus, I will put them over for their hockey. They got a lot of hockey games on ESPN Plus. It feels like every time that's where I watch the majority of Avs games. Like they're on ESPN Plus. I don't have to watch it through NHL 66 or any other of these websites that may or may not be legal. Like ESPN Plus actually covers all of that stuff. So I will give them credit for that. And they got documentaries and everything. So is it gonna be worth $30? I don't know, but I'm gonna have to pay it anyway because I gotta watch the WWE events and yeah. Then on top of Netflix, on top of I don't know where the archive content is. Is that still gonna be on Peacock? Is that up in the air? I haven't checked to see yet.
So that's a TBD. On top of
Okay.
that, there are people who are asking now, what about NXT? Where do NXT PLEs fit into this? Are they, because WWE has now, WWE is now branding NXT PLEs as WWE, right? So WWE Heatwave is coming up,
Well,
right?
yeah.
It's Heatwave. It's not NXT Heatwave, but also they've given you a number of PLEs on the ESPN deal. Go ahead.
So this is from Brandon Ross at Lightshed, who's probably going to be on the media call today, and maybe he'll ask about Brock Lesnar.
Thank you.
It says that the library and the NXT PLEs are still up for bid. So yeah, the ESPN deal does not include NXT PLEs, which I don't think should be a too big of a surprise. I'm not saying that like they shouldn't be included, but it does specifically say about the ESPN deal 10 WWE PLEs. NXT is not included in that. That's where you're talking Mania, SummerSlam, Money in the Bank, Rumble, Survivor Series. What else are they're big? The Clash in Paris, the Saudi shows, I guess, would be counted there, and then they don't really have a December show anymore.
You got
Saturday night's main event is still NBC.
NBC, yep.
So yeah, they'll get to 10 obviously. Elimination Chamber, forgot about that one. So Backlash. So yeah, that's like your 10. Yeah, once you add in NXT, you're way over 10. So I think it
Yeah,
makes sense that
yeah, you're probably about 15. They
that's
do.
over 10.
Yeah, that's true. Did they not? Did they say 10 and not 15?
No, they said 10.
They said 10. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Oh, maybe I read someone was like they're usually 15 with NXT. So then that's probably where I'm
Okay.
pulling the number
Yeah,
from.
it's
Yeah.
it's
So I get what
10.
yeah, 10. But wait a minute. Does 2 nights of SummerSlam and WrestleMania
No,
count
no,
as?
no. It counts. No, no, no. It
I
counts
know.
as one.
I know. We'll be seeing more 2 night PLEs. That's the reality of it. Those ESPN, and you know what? I don't expect it, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do something like ESPN showing the Royal Rumble, but night 1 is on linear, night 2 is exclusive only through the streaming service.
They're gonna complicate the shit out of this, and it's gonna be very annoying.
Yeah. So going back to the NXT PLEs. So now that if NXT is still open, if my name is Carlos Silva, I am jumping and saying, please, please take me, Peacock. Please take me with NXT. Do a bundle deal if you can.
Nah.
Try and get, and this isn't a WWE buys TNA at all. That's not what I'm saying. This is a TNA needs to get in on this deal and get a portion of the pie and get bought up through, not bought up, but licensed for content, because this is an opportunity that I don't think they fully expected to have at their disposal. They are working with NXT primarily. This is a moment for them, because certainly everything Carlos has been saying lately in his interviews points to we got nothing. We got nothing and we're all out of ideas. So this is an opportunity for TNA to pull up and do their and move. And again, going back to WWE Network and Game Center Ice, they're one of the last companies that have their own streaming service. This is
TNA.
TNA.
I was
TNA
gonna
Plus
say.
is their own thing. They don't need TNA Plus. They can. I mean, it's good to have their library, but like if you can move your live events and your TV even over to Peacock, you're gonna do pretty damn well. I just don't know what TNA expects out of whatever deal they get, other than going live. Going live seems to be their big thing, and it's like it's one thing to go live, but like, do you have a
It's the
place for it if
carrot.
you're not? Where are you going to go? Are you going to stay in Florida? Are you going to go to Full Sail? I know you were looking at Full Sail at one point to do live events, but like what's your live look like? Because if you're going to do live weekly, you got to fill a room weekly. NXT does that because they have the Performance Center and they have a site where they can film TV and bring in buses of fans for free. Are you going to do the same? Where's your money coming from? So I'm curious about where TNA exists on this platform. There is Honor Club. Yes, thank you. All 10 people are very excited about Honor Club, but there it is. Who knows?
So select events will simulcast on ESPN's linear network. So it could be what you talked about, where night 1 of some things might be on ESPN, the network, and not the streaming platform, and night 2 is on the streaming platform, which I think would make some sense if you're trying to push people to do more subscriptions on ESPN. Is look what we did on night 1, and then Triple H comes out there is like, if you like night 1, you ain't seen nothing yet, and then we're thrilled to have Brock Lesnar back.
We called him home. That's the line. That's that, and the very tone deaf. Oh, you ever see Brock before? No. Brock does what Brock wants. It's like, well, that's kind of to be misconstrued in any way you want it.
Yeah.
So hey, go for it. Use that line. Oh my gosh. By the way, shout out to our pal Shadi in the chat. He was here earlier and said hi. Ibu kind of mentioned, he tweeted out, y'all enjoy watching a bad Solo Sikoa match as part of a 5-match PLE for $29.99, to which Shad quote tweets, why Solo catching strays? And then Ibu replies, did you watch that steel cage match? Now imagine paying $30 for it. Oh, that was very funny. Shadi. Buddy, good on you. That's a good exchange right there for y'all. But someone was talking about, I think it was Drew also in our chat, talking about having cable versus not having cable and who benefits from this. And Trevor Dame had posted, it's crazy that if you live outside of the US, WWE offers everything on Netflix effectively, but in the US, you need every single digital option. You need USA Network, Netflix, CW, NBC for Saturday Night's Main Event, ESPN, another place for NXT PLEs wherever they go. And then there's Tubi for Revolve, even though it's free. And then you've got to do A&E if you want to watch LFG. And he calls people who watch LFG godless freaks, which, thank you, SB3. SP3 should have words with Trevor over that one, but he's right. You really got to have everything under one spot.
Yeah, that's not how it's done. That's just not how it's done anymore. Where everything lives here, you got to have 15 different platforms, and this is the NBA model. This is the NFL model. This is what they want to follow. Because the NFL, same thing. All right, you got Monday Night Football on ESPN. You got Sunday Night Football on NBC. You got local games on CBS and Fox. You got Thursday Night Football is on Amazon. That's 5 different platforms right there. And I'm sure some of that has shifted. I'm just going based on what was last season. NBA, same thing. You got Thursday and Tuesday on TNT. Again, last season, I know it's shifting. Wednesday and Friday on ESPN. You got your local network games. You got some games on the Saturday night games on ABC. The finals are on ABC or ESPN. Some playoff games are on TNT. And again, you got your local platforms as well, which the local platforms are a complete disaster in some markets. This is the way it works, is get as much as you can from as many different platforms as you can, as many platforms that are willing to buy stuff. I know people want to, make fun of WWE for a number of reasons, but you want to talk about how much content they produce and everything. But that's their selling point, is they got 52 weeks of content. And if you don't have the PLEs, oh, well, what if we do this documentary? What if we do this profile piece? Like, they are a content machine. That is what they do. They like to use the line of, oh, AEW is not competition. This thing's not competition. Competition is Disney and Sleep and stuff. But like, it's factual because they don't see other wrestling companies as competition. Are they? Yes. But they see competition as like Marvel and Disney and McDonald's and literally Sleep, because if you are sleeping, you are not thinking about WWE. If you were going to the movies to see Superman, you were not thinking about WWE. And they want you thinking about WWE 24/7. And that's why they're on multiple platforms. That's why they do all of the content that they do. And they have no off season, so they can keep just running content out there. Like, it sounds like just a dumb line that they say because they don't want to reference AEW as competition, but truth.
Oh, right as he gets to this point, that's when he loses his internet. I love it. Come back, Jeremy. Come back. You're back.
Okay. But that is what they truly see things. They see Sleep as competition because if you're sleeping, you're not thinking about WWE. They want to embed your brain 24/7. They just do.
There's a reason why 25 years ago, 21 years, 26 years ago, WWE launched 24/7.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted. This has been in the works for them for over 25 years. Is that wild to think about? Yes, because they didn't know what they had until it came up to them. And they started with the channel, and the channel was running the classics, and then they did all the panel stuff, and they were doing content, because they are a content farm. Wrestling on TV, a TV wrestling product, is a content farm. AEW has a lot of shoulder content as well. When they started, it was a lot of Being the Elite, and Being the Elite was a larger, well-known entity that fed storylines into Dynamite, and people were annoyed about that. But the reality was they needed to be a content farm. They needed to leverage what they had in order to get people to watch the next content they were creating, which was Dynamite. And then from there to get to the pay-per-views, and then later on to Collision. It's like it's similar but different. Like AEW's content service is different because they are, first of all, only 5 years in as a company versus WWE's 50 plus year head start, plus all the tape libraries they had and all the other content they were pulling in. WWE always wanted to be this what they are now. And now, like I said, the ESPN deal is perfect for them because it gets their hands into a much larger cookie jar that they've never had access to before. The idea of being in Disney's world is a dreamscape for them. They will and can and absolutely will take advantage. Someone mentioned in the chat, you've got The Rock doing Disney films. Is there a possibility that Dwayne opened a door or had opened a conversation or two? Sure, that's always a possibility.
But Nick Khan's connected to everybody, folks.
Nick is also incredibly connected. My point of all, and also Nick and Dwayne have a history as well. They have a friendship as well. So again, from a company standpoint, from a business standpoint, it's a slam dunk. It really is. From a fan service perspective, God, does this suck? You like I said earlier, you already can't afford tickets. That's not you, the royal you, to a show. But now you're going to have to pay upwards of $30 for a PLE. And again, I like I said, those of you who have cable are potentially, as of right now, opted in to the service, but not everyone's going to have that. So I guess we'll see. Zeno Hour saying Sherman added YouTube TV users will get ESPN service through authentication. If that's the case, great. Again, tentacles. This is it. Louis trying to bring Alexa Bliss Gamer into the chat, saying Alexa Disney princess.
I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yes, it's going to happen. There will be, like they're doing right now. They're doing the Universal stuff with the Y6. If you don't think they're going to try for that in Disneyland in 2 years or even 1 year, you are sadly mistaken. They're going. It's licensing. It's IP. It's an opportunity for them to put their name on everything. They want to be a global brand. They want to do everything that comes with it. The only difference, and like talk about it, it's dirty and it's disgusting, is that they're doing it in front of you, and like there is a certain amount of I can't even put it into words. Some people do it in the shadows. WWE just does it in front of you. And you feel gross, but in this really disgusting kind of way, you kind of say, all right, they're doing it in front of us. At least they're doing it in front of us. It's not an excuse. It's just kind of something off the top of my head. Now, I see people feeling about, can't support a company that's had sex trafficking allegations against them. Fully understood. And that's why I don't like saying the things that I'm saying, but I understand. Again, it doesn't mean I'm stamping approval on it. I understand how people could see it as just like they're doing it in front of our faces instead of in the back. So it's kind of the way it goes. Shall we hit a couple super chats?
Yeah.
Or do you have anything to add before we move on?
No. Go for it.
Joel sent a super chat saying, this is for Jeremy, not Joel. Hey, thanks for all you do. I'm not reading the hashtag. Get your giant elastic band, and I hope it works.
Joel is wrong.
No, stop it. People are disgusting. Not you, Jules. We appreciate you. I hope you enjoy Honor Club. That was the amount that you donated was enough for us to get 1 month of Honor Club. But then YouTube takes 30%, so now we need to get more. Volib sends a super chat saying, there's no Vanilla Fumble here. What are we doing? The bit has been destroyed. I'm sure there's one later. It's earnings call week. I'm sure they'll have to talk about all the numbers going up. I just hope that's it, and we don't get what happened the last few times, which goes into Tenruza saying, here come the budget cuts, and that's ridiculous. And Jeremy, you kind of alluded to it both on Monday and yesterday, that when there is a earnings call, which there is this week, there's
today. It's today, folks.
Yeah, you're right. Today is Wednesday. My week's all messed up.
I don't have to cover it.
Lucky. Oh, that's right. You're going to go enjoy Dynamite.
I'm going Dynamite. I ain't covering this earnings call.
You're going to listen to it on the way. I know you. You'll be in the car.
No.
Oh, no. It's at 5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at like 5. I should be out of the house by then. If I'm around for this, I'd be so mad. I'm going to pretend like I'm not regardless.
Good. Go enjoy yourself.
What time is this dumbass earnings call?
Probably 5. They usually wait to EOD. Used to be mornings. Now they just say the end of trading day.
Yeah.
5:30 maybe.
Usually 5:30. Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, 5 o'clock. All right.
There you go. So you can go and listen to it. Yeah, this is
shit.
Fair. The idea of potentially the boneheadedness, the poor look of potentially cutting talent on a Friday. It's up there. It's a possibility. They have done it. There is a precedent set. It's what they do.
Yeah, it's I hope it doesn't happen, but the last few times, if it hasn't been the week of, it's been the week after is when they've typically done it. So hopefully that's not the case, because yeah, they're gonna tout these big deals. They're gonna tout revenues up. This is a huge deal. They just brought Brock back. You know he ain't coming cheap. So it's always a bad look when you tout all this record revenue and then you have to release talent for budget cuts. Just like,
Got right there.
yeah, I hit my headphone cord.
Damn.
Yeah, that's fine.